So I got like 65 points and made about, it was like 500 or something, because I did take 2 trades prior. One trade I could have possibly went break even, but I wasn't confident going break even yet because I was expecting that if I did get the correct entry, price could respect the fair value gap, push higher. I entered right here. Clearly got stopped out. I was also aware that there was an unmitigated 15 below, but ES already mitigated the 15 minute, so I wasn't sure if that was just gonna hold as an SMT or not, which it did not. We also had a 3-minute unmitigated gap right over here too. Just pretty sure there was an unmitigated gap. I don't remember actually. Anyway, yeah, the draw was still correct though, even on the first trade. It was just, I was willing to take my chances. I was really light. I only needed to make like 160, and I risked like 150 or no 100, something like that. It's recorded live, so I'll probably just play this right after. But I then took an emotional entry because I was just not in the right like headspace, and I knew he was emotional. It was dumb. Got stopped out, and then finally the actual entry presented itself. There was a 30-second inversion here, lower time frame inversion, and we had strong displacement, liquidity sweep, and now I'm funded. So yeah, gonna risk light tomorrow if I do trade. I'll have to see if there's any setups or not. But yeah, lately the 5-minute swing high and swing low have like been the highest probability targets. Same thing happened yesterday. 5-minute swing high to 5-minute swing low. Even if my bias is, even if my targets are much higher, does not matter. This is like always the highest probability draw or target. At least that's what I've been noticing. Kind of like yesterday, same thing. 5-minute swing high to 5-minute swing low. Target the 5-minute swing high. It's a mini sell program. It's a mini buy program. So that's the entire idea behind it. Don't know what this is. I just mapped this out. This was like a theoretical trade if I could have taken it if I were to trade past 11. But I'm done trading. And this was a theoretical trade. I was like, if I would have waited for the 2-minute inversion, then and I did not go break even based off how we had a fair value gap here, this would have been also a decent trade. It was like a theoretical trade more so, but did try my stop after we took out this internal high because for whatever reason the market wanted to chop, take out the internal high, come lower. I'd rather have just trimmed my stop loss. It just made a lot of sense to me. Yeah, that's basically it. I'm gonna play the recap. Alright. So first I'm gonna check to see if we have any news, which we do not. Gonna clear my chart up. I think I'm gonna mark 9:30 at 10 a.m. because this is when the volume comes in, and 10 a.m. is when the new 4-hour candle opens up. So pretty important times to pay attention to. Because if the model does not present itself, if the setup does not present itself from 9:30 to 10 a.m., from like 9:30 to say like 9:50 or 9:55, or just chopping around, lots of times 10 a.m. is gonna just manipulate. Alright, so we're gonna go from the daily. We inverse the fair value gap here, but price never closed past the volume imbalance, which the volume imbalance can also be, it's a PD ray as well. And ES did respect it, and then what did YM do? I don't usually use YM, but sometimes I do. So if the daily's not very clear for me, I just drop down in time frames. I'm trying to determine whether we are in bullish or bearish order flow, and what PD rays we're respecting, and also determining if we're in a buy program or a sell program. I'm gonna mark out potential targets and key levels as well. So this is a 1 hour key level? Not 1 hour key level, 1 hour market maker model. So market maker models from swing high to swing low basically. So right here. So I mark out the draws in black and then my key levels in orange. I just woke up, I got like 5 hours of sleep. So we got a fair value gap right here, and down close candle. Oh, alright. We have an order block right here. The thing about order blocks, I don't use them too often. I usually kind of try to use them in confluence. So like, if I know that there's like a bearish speedy ray, I try to then see if I can find targets inside of it. So like this would be the higher probability draw. It's an internal, it's an intermediate high. It's a 15-minute swing high to swing low. So this is where I target if I were to take longs. If we get a 5-minute fair value gap to form right here. Oh god, my mic keeps disconnecting. If we get a 5-minute fair value gap to form here, and I see the entry model, I would try to take longs and kind of go break even at the internal line. But we'll see what happens. Still gonna keep looking. Alright, so 4 hour. We also did rebalance the range too. The Q's on MQ. Yeah. Literally 2 equilibrium. And then went higher. Alright, so I got an SMT with age of lows. If we're in a buy program, this high is going to be this high probability draw. If we are in a sell program, I would still be looking to see if we could take this out. Because if we take this out, we can still end up projecting and going lower and taking out the draws below. But based on the fact that we rebounced to equilibrium, and now we have a bullish SMT, I am leaning more bullish. And based on the fact how we also are respecting this 1 hour fair value gap. Yeah, this 1 hour fair value gap it did get disrespected, but it isn't premium, it's in a discount. So. I was debating whether I would have entered off the inversion of this fair value gap, but I would be looking for a better entry. This would be really good actually. If this can get inversed and we can get a retracement back to fair value gap, I would be happy to take that. Alright, so this forms. Just gonna mark it out. So this is gonna be my entry trigger. And we have draws to the upside. Of course we have higher time frame draws. My earmuff's broken. It's so annoying. I'm trying to fix it, but oh well. I don't like trading. Alright, my mic keeps disconnecting because my headset's plugged into an Xbox controller, and every time I bump or move my desk, anytime I bump my desk or I move, the thing just disconnects. It's really annoying. I don't really like taking trades before 9:30 anyway, because we tend to have a lot of volume that comes in, and even if my draw is correct, lots of times we can come lower, do like a resweep. But in this circumstance, in this case, I wasn't expecting I would have been okay to take it from like even at 9:30. Like if we could got the retracement and then got in the trade that 9:30 happens, like that would have been okay. Yeah, we didn't get that though, so that's alright. Lots of times it doesn't really matter even if there is like a bearish PD ray, such as like a bearish order block right here, because price could very well come back up here and completely disrespect it, because we already used it to push price down. We already took out Asia low. The objective was taken. So this PD ray in bearish order flow makes sense to use it in our favor, but just because this is here does not really mean too much. Because if we're in a buy program, it does not matter. We'll come right past it. The issue right now for me though is I'm not thinking too straight, and I can't fully determine what I'm trying to do here. So I'm just trying to think and observe and wait. Because I would have traded the reversal, or if we could have swept like a key level, but we never got that. Because this was a 15-minute market maker model. And we did just get SMT at it, and this is usually areas where I look for SMT to actually occur. So if we had SMT here, because it makes sense for why an SMT occurred though. This is more of the more important SMT because both indexes swept this high, but only one index swept this low, which means ES was the stronger index, so it makes sense for it to take out this objective first. Makes a lot of sense. I could be looking for price to trade back into a PD array, like a fair value gap or a change in state, which we did tap into. Yeah, that's not really like anything I'm taking. Like, what is this? Price could very well, just pump back up here. I usually though look for SMTs like at my objectives, which are the tops of market maker models or buy programs or sell programs. The thing is, it doesn't really matter too much because we have this SMT, and this SMT is the stronger one. I usually like to take profits when SMT occurs, because that lots of times means that the objective is taken, and then the market could then switch to a different program, or it can just enter a different phase of price. So yeah, just waiting basically, because I have draws. Like for example, there are swing lows here, but it doesn't really matter too much, because like you need to understand the narrative. So my narrative right now, based off what I'm seeing, rebounds the range, SMT at Asia low, looks very, very probable for price to come up here. Then back down here does not make sense to me. But there's no entry confirmation for me, so I'm not gonna take anything. Like I could have taken this trade earlier, like waited for the inversion on the 2-minute, and then I could have put my stop loss. Thing is, I didn't really want to put my stop loss all the way down, like all the way down here or here, and then TP up here, because since there's an SMT and NQ was the weaker index, most likely ES was gonna take it out first, so I would have taken my profit, like right here roughly. I would have been a 1-to-1. I think it would have been okay, but still wasn't the highest probability trade. I didn't really see a clean, clear entry that I would have been happy with, because that's not really the model here. Usually I wait for like a sweep first. We didn't really sweep. We just went higher. We got 5 minutes all the way down here with ES. There could be a sell-off that occurs potentially, even off this SMT. At the moment, it's not very clear for me. It may be very clear for others. It may be very clear for me if I had proper sleep. But with lack of sleep, I am so cloudy right now. I'm just gonna try to take a look at my checklist or my steps. Had an original consolidation. which is here. So this looks like a swing high to swing low. Yeah, this looks like a 4-hour market maker model from that swing high. This is not the highest probability draw. It is previous day high, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. We could very well have that to be the higher time frame draw and target, which is why I'm supposed to mark that out. Because I always mark out my higher time frame draws and my lower time frame draws too. And I just go for the lower time frame draw because it's usually gonna be higher probability and happen the same day, or it's gonna usually get targeted pretty quick if it's the lower time frame. Otherwise, I would have liked to have targeted London high. I just didn't get a clean entry or anything. Yeah, I could have very well entered off the inversion. I just wasn't very clear. I wanted to be more clear, and my plan was to break even at the internal high, but it's whatever. To be honest, I could have taken it, but I'm trying to not rush trades, and it was also before 9:30. I usually like to trade after 9:30, so objective was taken. Doesn't really matter. ES is trending higher. ES is probably going to make S&P with London, but it also makes sense since ES is the stronger index. We could get a retracement, possibly, to a fair value gap. Probably not the one down here, but let's look at NQ. There's a lot of targets to the left side. A lot of this is like a low resistant liquidity, generated liquidity right here, because each swing high that formed did not take out the previous one. For the major swing highs, this is on the 5-minute, it's the 50-minute. Look at these swing highs. Equal highs, swing high, on the 1 hour as well. This is trendline liquidity. This is it's low resistant, so you can expect price to run through it. Look, I usually look at order blocks when we're in order flow. That's aligning with that specific order block. Otherwise, I don't really pay attention to it too much. In this case, I marked it out just so I could just be more aware of it. Again, I just feel like SMT wasn't mean I was going to be bearish. I just marked it out. I knew fair value gap could form here too. Looking for a continuation entry. Still not very comfortable talking to like a mic and recording recaps. It also makes me more distracted, to be honest. So I'm trying to just get used to it so I can like think out loud and be focused on the charts as well. I mean, talk like out loud, put my thoughts out there. That's the entire like idea of recaps, is so you can understand why I took the trade or what I was thinking at the moment. It's also like a journal for myself as well. It's a good journal. Because I specifically usually have my entry confirmation be like a fair value gap, no IFEG, like inversion. I usually would wait for it or look for it to occur, like get a retracement into a fair value gap, get an inversion, and then trade higher. Like that's what I would have been looking for. Otherwise, I do sometimes trade chain states of delivery. They're just not the confirmation that I typically use. So I'm aware of them. I know how they work. I saw it occur here. Fair value gap, down close candle, gets closed past. I could have been expecting it to hold, which it did, but I also wasn't too sure because we had an unmitigated 5-minute right here, and we were pretty close to it, so I was looking for us to trade into it. I'm just trying to take the higher probability trades here, so I just want more confirmation. There's no reason to rush anything. The draws were correct as well. It doesn't surprise me very much. Ever since I started looking for many market maker models, like buy side to sell side, swing highs, swing lows, it's been really easy to determine my draws. Even if it's not a market maker model, it's still a high probability draw. Yeah, like this swing high right here, swing high to swing low. This was the target. Yesterday I was looking at the chart, and I was looking for the swing high to get taken because this was the only swing high here. But if I would have known ES was here, that would have been my target instead. As like if I would have been in the trade, I would have waited for ES to have taken that swing high, and I would have closed my trade. I finished the 1 hour market maker model on ES. Doesn't really matter because I'm not switching bearish anyway. Because SMTs are using confluence, they're not purely used to find your narrative, unless the circumstances make sense. So that's like, in this case, Asia low, and Asia low on NQ was taken. Yes, it was not. I used that to like find my narrative, but I'm not going to change my entire bias because we have SMT here. Doesn't make sense. I used to always trade off once an SMT occurred, but yeah, I love for us to reach this new fair value gap. I think I'll break even at the internal high and then just target the upside. Like, this is not a bad target. Overall, the draw is the 4 hour. The 4 hour high right there. Alright, so we got an intermediate high right here, high inside fair value gap. I'm gonna put alerts on here on ES. Yeah, I could definitely be looking for this 15-minute fair value gap to finish forming, and then for us to trade into it. But for price to hold over here for 12 minutes, we could very well trade higher and then trade off a 5-minute. But we'll see anyway what happens. We'll see, and we'll wait for more information, more confirmation. But it very well could be an open low high close. Price could very well trade back down here once the new 10 a.m. 4 hour candle opens up. Yeah, no more 1 hour fair value gaps, just a bunch of 15 minutes with internal highs, or intermediate highs. Because these fair value gaps have already been mitigated, so I would not really be expecting them to hold. However, I could use these internal highs as targets. Yeah, because this is a very, very obvious 4 hour market maker model right here. Very, very obvious. That's why my overall higher type for draw was to the upside. But still no entry confirmation to get in. Just displacement. Yeah, even right here, there's a 5-minute change of state. I used to use 5-minute change of states. That's like my entry confirmation. If we go low enough, I could just take profit at the internal high. Yeah, this isn't looking too bad. Yeah, I'll just target the internal high. So even if you have draws to the upside, it doesn't really matter to me. Just need a retracement. It is possible to see retracement all the way down here. So this 5-minute unmitigated gap. So 1 minute. The 1 minute aligns with the 5 minute and 15 minute. The 1 minute alone does not matter, but we have an unmitigated 15 that's about to form in 2 minutes. Alright, this is better. Yeah, this is why I like to target intermediate highs as well as other targets, because where price could reverse, not permanently, but temporarily, or whatever. It's usually these are usually pretty good draws, because even if the bias is to the upside, you can get in, get out pretty quick. Like for example, if your entry was somewhere around in here, and the overall draws to the upside, if you got in at like, let's say this order block right here, or one of these order blocks, targeting the upside, price could come all the way down and stop you out because we have unmitigated gaps below. Your bias could still be correct, and then it could push higher. So it's good to just either scale out or take profit at these areas. Hurry up, man. We got like 2 minutes, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm sleepy. I want to go back to sleep. Alright, this is better. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, I'm looking for us to trade lower first. Put in that wick of the 4 hour. Equilibrium's right down here. 15 minutes most likely is mostly what I'm looking to get tapped into. Yes, probably gonna hit it first. Never mind. Alright, so 5 minutes been hit, and no entry confirmation. This is doggy. This is crap. Please don't just be a shallow retracement. Please. Please. I wanted inversion to trade off, but come on.
Hours did not get an entry, which happens. You should go into every single trading day expecting not to take a trade. I feel like a lot of you go into every single trading day and you're like expecting to take a trade. Okay, where's the trade? Where's the trade? You're constantly like desperately looking for the trade. Stop. Find excuses not to trade. Price did not do what I wanted it to do. I don't deviate from my pre-market plan. Pre-market, I have a plan. I want to see this and this and this happen, and then I can take a trade and my entry and all this. When the market is open and price action is moving, my brain is kind of like subconsciously rushing to get into a trade, right? Earlier when I was unprofitable, I would deviate from my pre-market plan. I would not listen to myself, and I would see price very often do exactly what I wanted it to do, but I always entered like too soon, or I entered in the wrong direction because I changed my bias because of a manipulation leg, right? So every day is a potential trading day, but every day is definitely not a trading day. I just sat on
Boys, so my barber just left.
my hands.
So we're just gonna be generating liquidity right now. The thing is, if the market moves in lower highs and lower lows, when we're downtrending or in a sell program, eventually when price reverses and we finish the sell program, we will then take out all of these highs. We'll run through it with small retracements. I'm not saying that's the case exactly right here, but it'd be very nice to wait. Bruh. Alright, so technically this is an entry confirmation, but I will not take this trade. Technically, this would be following the rules. And then I would break even at the internal high right here. I'm just not confident in this. I would be looking for us to trade lower. However, I could be wrong because this could just be expansion with consolidation and an expansion, but personally I'm looking for river retracement, so I'm gonna be waiting for that. I could be break even here, and then, but I don't care to take this. Oh, there's an SMT at the low too. That's got me guessing. I'm being tempted. I would take it only if this would have occurred lower down, like more discount or just lower down, to be honest. Because I would feel that it would make more sense for me to see price trade lower. But again, this could just be a consolidation. So I'm gonna wait anyway. That's why it's not just about looking for your entry model. It's about looking for key levels, and once the key level's been hit, you can then look for your entry model. So like, yeah, these might be key levels, but it doesn't really matter too much because, again, number one is bias, understanding where the higher time frame's going, understanding what order flow we're in, and then number two is finding your draws, where's price going. Number three is your entry triggers, and then you look for your entry model. Yeah, this is just generating liquidity right now. Like, we're gonna run through it. This is nice to see a slow sell-off. Yeah, like, this is a trade I would have taken if we got stopped out. But I'm not taking that. I also just realized this is technically a Powell entry. Equilibrium of the wick. It is also a bearish fair value gap right here that aligns with the wick, so that could have been like a little top tick or something. I don't really know. I didn't really look too much into his model, but I know that he does use the fib tool. And 79 is the max area I got here, 0.79 of a premium or discount. Okay, tap to the 50-minute. I would like to see displacement and then an inversion of the displacement. Quantity candle spawn. I don't want to see some massive D candle spawn and then versus 5-minute and then just like have a huge sell off. I want like a mini 1-minute D candle, kind of like this. This is nice. It sounds a bit wrong, but yeah, like more like that. Pause. Hold on, wait a minute. Something ain't right.
For Europe.
Oh my goodness gracious, if you didn't...
Yes, sir. We got 5-minute here. Nope. 3-minute. Nope. 1-minute. Nope. Just an order block. Or propulsion block? Oh, yeah, it's a propulsion block. This little thing right here. Yeah, that's better. I want to see something more like that. All right. Damn. Price, don't leave me, please, price. Price, please, don't leave me, price. I swear. Bruh. Going break even here. Yeah, EQ would have been something that I could have been looking to get hit, but it's not required. Especially for just doing a shallow retracement. Because I don't want to see this fair value gap get inversed, and then that would make sense. could de-risk a bit by moving my stop loss here because we have fair value gap, and I won't really want to see price trade past the fair value gap because if it does, it's probably gonna trade lower. But I'll just leave my stop loss. I'm risking pretty light on here too, so even if this trade this is wrong, and we do trade lower to the 15-minute gap below, I'll still be able to risk more. I mean, like, I'd still have enough capital to risk again. I'm only trying to make a 160 right now because I'm just trying to pass the account. So I'm just doing light risks. So. Nice delivery off for value gap. Would like to see candle closure past the down close candle. That'll be a good continuation if we can get that. Because then price could use that and could trade higher. But that candle did not close above. Doesn't really matter too much, but it would definitely have been good to see. Right now, I'm not the most confident because we didn't tap into the 15-minute, and so that just makes me a bit doubtful. But it doesn't really matter too much because lots of times, even if there's a 15-minute that's unmitigated or equilibrium has not been hit, sometimes it doesn't matter because sometimes we just get like a shallow retracement and it can trade higher. But again, it doesn't really matter because even if I'm wrong, I can enter on the real trade because this could have been we have SMT too, so we'll see if this holds. And we're probably not holding this. Alright, EQ has been hit. So I'm going to take my chances though and I just control my risk because if I always wait for EQ to get hit, EQ could end up getting hit and my draw could be wrong and then I just don't know what I'm doing some days. Otherwise, as long as I got good risk, I'll understand the proper draw. That should be okay. Sometimes my entries are a bit wonky though. Again, I was looking for the main inversion to occur, but I would prefer that 15-minute and a sweep of some sort. So I would be looking for this to get reswept, but we already have SMT, so I actually want this to hold instead. What I want to see right now is this inversion, down close candle get closed past. This would be very, very nice. Whee! But we'll see what happens. Alright, that's completely fine. Even a resweep, this makes this trade much higher probability. And EQ actually has been hit on the yes as well, so I don't have to look for EQ to get hit on Q. Alright, nice displacement candle. Just gonna get a premature entry. I would be looking for us to trade any lower, but I could be wrong, and I'm okay with it. To be honest, with the train going by did kind of startle me. Damn. Yeah, I'm feeling a bit stressed, to be honest. Oh my god, that train sounds so terrible, man. I should have closed my window. This entry is mainly off of soup, and then we had strong displacement. And a lower time frame inversion. My draws are right, I just tend to enter prematurely sometimes. Especially the last entry before this one, the prior one. That was a gamble entry, to be honest. I was feeling emotional, I'm not gonna lie. Oh shit, did I move my stop loss to break even too quick? No, he had S&P at the high anyway, so it's fine. Because I want the internal. I'd always put my stop loss internal swing high. If I get stopped out here, that's what's gonna be wonky as hell. Like right here, this, there we go, yeah. Okay, because right here, this would be the actual like entry of the legitimate trade if I actually was waiting for the highest inversion. And technically, if I didn't enter here, it won't break even at the internal high. I would still be in the trade because this is the candle that had to stop me out. Because this candle is the one that took out the internal high. So like, I would be getting edge break even right now if I would have entered here. I just wait for the lower time frame inversion to occur though.
I need you to save me, oh my baby. I need you to, yeah. We've been falling out of touch, I know it's real. I never thought without you this is how I feel.
As long as your bias and your draws are correct, you just gotta refine your entry. Or I'm specifically talking for myself right now. Like, my draws have been really accurate, more accurate than they ever have. I just get a little impatient and emotional sometimes. If I get my emotions in check, I'll be way better off. Emotions as in like the impulses. Because a lot of times, it's really easy to blame, oh yeah, I'm emotional, but it's like, what does that really mean, bro? Why is she not profitable? I'm emotional. I think it's been more than that.
hold me down.
Like right now, this is the 5 minute mark. Come on, I tried the exact same thing yesterday.
Last time you left, the last time I was home. It's not enough to
Go on the 5 minute, swing high, spin low.
I need you
Swing high, spin low. Exit up top, price dump. I'm not expecting price to dump this time after we take out this internal high, but I'm just gonna take it because that's all I need. Save my size to the 5.
I'm incomplete without your love. I'm incomplete without your love. I'm on the edge. Oh, I'm one more step. I'm reaching.
And this is like if I was super conservative, could have gone break even at like if I entered here, go break even as soon as the high gets taken. I would still be in the trade, but just to be safe, there's still an unmitigated for value gap below. We can very well trade instead, trade away. So I would still keep my stop loss conservative. Like I would still keep it in a smart area. So if we had an unmitigated 5 minute right here, this is usually where I could see some reactions, but again, draws are to the upside, so just because we see a bearish PD ray doesn't mean it's going to get it respected, vice versa. Just depends on what the draw is. Depends on what the draw is. If the draw is higher, we'll go higher. If the draw is lower, my bias is just wrong.
Do you see it too? Or does it feel like another life?
But my headset's like broken. Literally the earmuff is hanging off. This is really sad.
Do you feel it too? And maybe I should have held you closer on the nights that I had the chance. Maybe time should have made.
Can we just inverse this, please? Like back then, I'd be looking, oh my god, liquidity sweep, sub London high, 5 minute for value gap, shorting this. But I'm not doing that. I'm longing. Because I have a higher time frame narrative. Back then, I would definitely be shorting this right now, especially since we also got a 1 minute inversion. Oh my god, we got all these swing lows down here. Imagine how that's the case, that would be crazy. I'm just confident the draws to be high, that's it. So yeah, if I would have got a break, if I would have moved my stop loss break even, it would have took me out if I entered here. Off that 2 minute inversion.
It's like I'm walking through a memory.
Yeah, this is definitely like a trade I would have taken. It would have been kind of confident based off the confidence. It was like, oh my god, liquidity sweep, yeah, inversion. But then price would like go my way, and all of a sudden stop.
It's chasing something that we used to be.
So right now I'm like trading off my new profound scaling system. Yeah, back then I would just analyze. I'd be like, oh my god, liquidity sweep, this. Those are confluences that can help you out. But I feel like narrative is more important. You're telling me we got all that fast displacement, and then now we're getting this. Please, Bryce, please. Oh my god, my earmuff is poking me in the eye. Not your. It's really broken. Oh, what is this? So sleepy, man. being worried about if it's gonna be a winner or not can also make this trade more stressful. So I gotta stop worrying if it's gonna win or not. Just accept the risk. Which in this case, lucky for me, there's no risk on the table. So. Yeah, that's the kind of trade I would take. Oh my god, 1 minute inversion, etc., etc. 5 minute gap, getting respected, and then I would the 2 minute would get tapped at 2. I'm like, that doesn't really matter. The price is gonna go past it, and then the price would just freaking reverse on me, which I'm hoping that could happen right now. Can we just get like a push up? Just gonna let me help you out. Let me give you some supports. There you go. You can rest on this. I'm gonna give you a buddy, alright? There you go. Just cheering you on. They're gonna give you how do I flip this? Alright, we're gonna win, take this thing out. This is the trade where I would just be so confused. I'm like, wait, why are we trading back up? Now this is when I'd be feeling anxious for each candle, going up and down, up and down. Okay, we have a 1 minute here. Let's look for this to get respected. And all of a sudden, price comes up and inverses it. And I'm just like, wow, this is ridiculous. What am I doing wrong? But I always say, like, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing? Alright, if we take this high out, I'm trying to stop. It can't hurt you, 'cause if you don't believe, then you know it can never do you wrong. 'Cause if you don't believe, what do you have, like 40 points right now? It can't hurt you. Okay, I'll admit I'm not innocent. I did everything, and I would again. I'm not listening. Even if you can stop breaking even here, that'd be okay. I'm into it. No one's getting younger. Would you like a souvenir? Let it take you under. Feel your worries disappear. 'Cause if you don't believe, it can't hurt you. And when you let it leave, it can't hurt you. 'Cause if you don't believe, then you know it can never do you harm. 'Cause if you don't believe, power of friendship. It can't hurt you. Come on. Come on, win. Take it up. Got a picture and a passport and a number that give me access to the cloud I'm living under. Or found it again. When I go there, will I find a sense of wonder? Alright, it's pretty wonky trades, not gonna lie. So the first trade actually made sense. Second trade was a gamble trade. I was pretty disciplined for the most part. My draw was also correct. Even here, draw was also correct. I just Oh, the inversion, of course. I was thinking like going break even here, but I didn't. I think my entry was actually higher out. Yeah, something like that. And got stopped out. Did not move my stop loss break even because we had a fair value gap that could have very well held price higher. But there was reasons why I could also have expected for that trade to not go in my favor and go against me. Because we had a 15-minute fair value gap that was unmitigated below. However, ES did mitigate that 15-minute, which was over here. We mitigated it, and then I was more confident to take the trade, so I took it. I was wrong. It's okay. Second trade. Don't remember where it was. Got stopped out. I'll probably review my screen recording. And this trade is based off of how we had an internal sit or a liquidity sweep. Respect this 1 minute, respect the 15 minute, etc., etc. EQ was hit on ES. Draw was to the upside, and then lower time inversion. So yeah, mainly I was so confident like taking longs here because of the. That's kind of funny because I would have definitely back then taken this trade. We had a 5-minute bearish rally gap on ES. And I got tapped in too. Got respected. Had an inversion off it. I would have shorted this if I did not know better. And then we got stopped out. I would not have known why. But yeah, that's it for today. Let's go, Chad. Let's go. Let's go.